Good morning. Thanks for coming. We're meeting after long, maybe after 6-7 months. Uh, Speaker is on, no? 9 months? Nuja? 9 months, yeah. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to see you all here. I would like to also start with thanking the Karnataka State Government, Chief Minister, DCM, Home Minister, City Police Commissioner, Joint Commissioner, PWD, BWSSB, everybody in the Home Ministry, to thank them to make this happen. It has been a long journey for us post June 4th. Thanks to KSA and everybody to make this happen in a war footing. So I want to just start by saying we have an SOP in place from the Karnataka High Court, and sorry, we have an SOP from Karnataka High Court, which we have to follow, which is the KSA along with RCB and DNA from guidance from Karnataka State Police. And also from BCCI's point of view, there's a couple of changes in the agreement, the tripartite agreement between KSA, RCB, and BCCI. Example, there is, for example, the protocol, the emergency planning protocol is to be implemented by the state association. Then state association has to indemnify BCCI and the franchise for against any losses due to breach as per the stadium agreement, and also anything in the reps and warranties. SOP has to be strictly followed by franchise and state association. There's a new guidelines on victory parade, which we can socialize, Divya can socialize with you later. There's guidelines to be there. All permissions, the responsibility of state association, which the state association has taken over to get all the permissions. And even including the barricading inside the outside the stadium is state association's responsibility here. So there are a couple of responsibilities which has come in from a state association's point of view. So initially state association was looked at like a venue provider, but they are now the lead organizers too along with us. So that's the change. From our side, what we have also done is certain things like which is critical for crowd management, we have implemented that, and you must be aware of that. We are implementing a complete AI-led CCTV solution, where we are putting in around 350 CCTVs in and around Chinnaswamy Stadium, that is inside, in the concourse and outside also. So 350 plus maybe 120 of cameras of KSA, which will be around 400-500 cameras there, and it will be powered by a AI tool called Jarvis. What it can do is it can give alerts real time. For example, if there's a queue and the queue is going to stand M1 and M1 can take 500 people and the queue has 100 people already, it can throw alerts to everybody in and around, including police, including KSCA, including the licensing authorities, saying that the queue is getting jammed up there. Apart from that, it can even give counts. For example, each stadium, each person, there is a count there. The stand has 500 people. Do we have 500 people or not? So it can do multiple things as part of that. The second part is in the safety and security is we have based on the advice from police, we have completely reconfigured the entry and exit. And can just put that slide, please? The slide is not working. Yeah. So all the entries from Cubbon Road and Link Road and MG Road, nothing on Queens Road. So that is where we are looking at. And for the first time, we are predominantly going M-ticket. We're completely going M-ticket. And if some ticket is going on sale today by 4 p.m. we will be live on that. And sorry to the fans, the delay was mainly due to the integration of the Metro QR code. The reason is the Metro QR code is completely different from the QR code what we have. So incorporating that took time. And every ticket holder will get a free Metro ride. So what we request all the fans are like, there is enough Metro, entry and exit within Chinnaswamy Stadium. Please use Metro. And there is enough parking also within the Metro stations across Bangalore. Apart from that, who are booking tickets can also book their parking. When they open the ticket, they can book the parking at Garuda Mall or Freedom Park, and from there they'll be pick up and drop. At no point of time, police will allow anybody to bring the car near to the stadium where drop off can happen. They need to go to the respective parking space, park the car and walk, or take the pickup from there. And this Metro free ticket will be for all the games, irrespective of who ticket holders we can avail this service. Entry and exit, no stopover, yeah. And all the gates will open 4 hours before the match, so that people can come inside much early and sit much early. There'll be enough baggage scanners, frisking booth, and the turnstile. Apart from we investing into the CCTV, we are invested also into the turnstile. So net we would have invested around 7 CR into an holistic crowd management pattern. We are putting a complete new turnstile across Chinnaswamy Stadium, and this CCTV camera also will help us. And this CCTV camera will have multiple command center, 2 within the stadium, and 1 will be in the commissioner's office. So commissioner office will also have a live feed going in from here, saying what is happening in the stadium, outside the stadium. Because we were concentrating predominantly on getting the stadium right, the entry gates right, increasing the size of the entry gate, there will be no unbox event this year at Chinnaswamy Stadium. We may have some event in Raipur when we go there, but in Chinnaswamy Stadium we won't have any unbox. And of the 7 home games, we will have 2 home games in Raipur, and that was planned much in advance, because when there was ambiguity in Karnataka of having our matches in Bangalore, I had to have a contingency plan of plan A and plan B, plan C. So Raipur was tied much in advance, and the state government of Raipur was very, very open to give us multiple SOPs. So they have offered to give us a state GST rebate for the 2 games in Raipur. In memory of the 11 fans who we lost on June 4th, the players will be wearing jersey number 11 for the practice on the game day, on the practice time before the match. So all the players will have jersey number 11 on the back, not for the game, but for the practice. Apart from that, they'll be also wearing a black armband on that day. We are also looking at having 11 permanent seats empty in Chinnaswamy Stadium forever. This is for the 11 fans who will be with us forever. That's it from me on a quick update on what we are doing this year. I'll hand over to Mo on cricket.
Thanks, Rajesh. Hi, everyone. Good to see you all. Obviously a busy time for us preparing the team, but an exciting time. We're obviously looking forward to getting into our first game and starting our campaign. It is great to be back in Bangalore. Our management team and our players were desperate to come back to Bangalore and to play, so it's great that that's been able to be sorted. And obviously Rajesh has provided a really good update there on a lot of the work that has taken place to make that happen. And obviously, the really important recognition that we want to play on, the sad loss of lives that we had last year. I'm happy to take questions on any of the cricket-related topics that you guys might have, but there is one area that I wanted to provide an update in particular, and that's regarding Yash Dayal. So just to confirm that Yash will not be joining up with the squad. As you know, he is going through a personal situation currently, and just to clarify, we've been very supportive of Yash to date, and that's reflected in the fact that we retained him when we had the opportunity to either retain or release players. We wanted to retain him, and he remains under contract and will continue, in the short term and the foreseeable to remain under contract. We are communicating with him regularly. I spoke to him earlier today as well. But it has been decided that it is not in his best interests or the franchise best interests for him to join up with us at this point. We won't be making any other further comments on that at this stage, so that's probably all I've got to say on his situation, that he won't be joining up with us, but he obviously retains our support and he remains under contract, and we'll continue to speak to him as he goes through his personal situation. I'm not going to share any other updates live now, but I'm happy to take questions on any of the other cricket content that people might have.
Could you give us an update on Josh Hazelwood? And also you spoke about Dayal not being there for the entire season, and you're not going to get any replacement player. So in that part, how big a blow would that be to the franchise?
Yeah, so if I deal with the first bit on Josh to begin with. So, as most people would know, Josh has missed quite a bit of cricket recently with injuries. So he's currently working through a return to play programme. He's doing that in Australia currently. We are liaising very closely with both Josh and Cricket Australia, and our medical teams are collaborating very strongly on a day-to-day basis on his programme. We'll continue to communicate with them, and as soon as he gets to a point where Cricket Australia are happy, he'll come over, and we hope to have him with us very soon.
How big a blow is Yash not being available?
Yeah, so the Yash Dayal situation has been tricky because obviously it's been going on for some time now, and it's difficult to predict what will happen. We went into our auction planning for a worst-case scenario in that he may not be available for us, and so we have recruited accordingly. We have some excellent domestic fast bowlers in our squad. Rasik, who many of you will know, Abhinandan, who we had with us last year, and then we also signed Mangesh in this auction. So domestically, we have 3 excellent potential options there that could replace him. So it's obviously a blow losing a player like Yash. That's obvious. He's been an important part for us for the last couple of years. But we're very confident in the options we've got in the squad, and we'll select a team accordingly.
There was a bit of indecision regarding your venue, Raipur and Bangalore, shifting between the venues in the initial part of the IPL season. So in that terms, was it difficult for you to strategize for ahead of the IPL?
Not hugely. It was probably a bit of a distraction, if I'm honest with you, because you want to have clarity. I tend to prefer to try and assemble teams that can adapt to any surfaces and any conditions. One of the beauties of playing in the IPL is different grounds require different tactics, maybe sometimes different combinations. You're already trying to adapt between red soil surfaces, black soil surfaces, mixed soil. So you're always trying to adapt anyway. So, I don't think it would have affected our decision-making too strongly. Ideally, you want these things clarified as early as possible, but it's not been much of a distraction, really.
Rajesh, the families who lost their people, the fans who died, the 11 members, their families were alleging that there could be RCB management which may call their families and meet, but after that there was no clarification.
Sorry?
Their families were expecting that RCB management may call and meet those family members, but there was no update from your side. Do you have any plans to bring, as you are going to the good plan that you are reserving 7 seats, 11 seats in memory of them?
No, I have not heard from them this, what you're asking us. I have not heard or got any information. But whatever we had to do, we had reached out much earlier, we had to do that. And this we need to, this thing in the next couple of days' time, how will we invite them?
One of the biggest buys during the auction was Venkatesh Iyer. Now, he had a lot of success as an opener. Now, obviously, the opening is kind of jam-packed with the RCB currently. So where do you intend to play Venkatesh, and what sort of a role is the franchise looking for him?
Yeah, well, first thing to say is we haven't selected a team for our first game yet, so we haven't made any decisions on selection. It's still a few days to go. Ultimately, our main objective at the auction is to strengthen the squad. So we want competition for places. Adding a player of Venky's quality, experience and calibre is a no-brainer. You strengthen the squad. You worry about selection as you get towards the first game. So, look, we haven't made any decisions just yet, but the fact that we were able to attract a player like him, get him to the franchise, and have him as an option was our priority at this stage. We want competition for places. We're very ambitious about what we want to achieve, and you do that by having not just 11 or 12 players. You do that by having a really strong squad. So that's, as far as we're concerned right now, where we're at, and then over the next few days we'll clarify our decisions on selection.
More not so much from an RCB perspective alone, but about 10 players have either pulled out or they're joining their franchises late, and all of them happen to be fast bowlers. So is that like an overall concern that workload management is a genuine issue?
I guess it's probably a symptom of the congested cricket schedule, isn't it? Any of us who follow cricket know how challenging that is on a domestic level, but also an international level. So it's not ideal, it's not ideal for any of the teams that are losing players at this late stage because it impacts your planning. So, I sympathise and empathise with any of the teams going through that at the minute because it's not easy. I think from our perspective, we just try and control the controllables. You can only do so much. We try and communicate really closely with the international governing bodies. Our medical team are excellent. They're always communicating with players and other governing body medical teams.